Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to our today's session with Mr. Bharat Ranga, who's spearheading Beginnen Media. He's a media stalwart whose influence in the broadcast business is a shining example, and he continues to inspire innovation in the media and the entertainment industry. Ranga is known to inspire and give a new dimension to the world of media business by developing high performance, customer focused teams that deliver exceptional service and profits. Recognized as the performance accelerator because of his uncanny ability to identify market opportunities to deliver extraordinary results, his global experience and cultural fluency have led to the creation of 11 new platforms that were successes across the world. Welcome, Mr. Ranga, to our today's session. Tell me about the advertiser interest that you have elicited from the market for Azad and some of the key advertisers that you've got on board.
Okay. So you see, our advertisers have shown decent response so far, although we've not been able to put together our original content as yet, because as per the plan, it is still going to happen a bit later. And we're going to do our brand communications and our original shows, launches communications and stuff. But there are a couple of advertisers who've joined our hands pretty soon and pretty quickly. So Hindustan Lever is one of them, and Parle Products, L'Oreal, Unicharm, Himalayas. These are some of the clients that have already come on board, and there are some more that are expected any moment. That as the interview goes on here, we will have a few more people on board, and I can't name them right now. The important thing is that there are some advertisers who are showing interest in doing long-term deals with us. And the reason they intend to do that with us is that they find value in this rural centricity that we are creating. And also there is a certain element of, the digital virtues that we're offering in television, in the sense that, there is a targeting, the clear-cut targeting of the audience that is happening. The wastage of your communication campaign is very, very less, virtually zero. The brand experience is very fantastic and safe, that your targeted audience is consuming a certain kind of content only. Unlike digital, where you're not sure on free OTT platforms that, what your target consumer is consuming at that point in time when your commercial is running. So from a brand safety standpoint, from a programmatic advertising standpoint, from a specific targeting standpoint, TV usually does not offer those kind of virtues, which are digital virtues. But I think Azad does offer that. And that has excited some of the large advertisers to do long-term deals with us. And I hope that we would be able to serve them well and create nice partnerships and unionships with them.
Okay. I was also wanting to know about the leadership team that you have got on board. If you can tell me a little bit about the leadership team and the thought behind putting that team in place, and who brings what to the table.
Yeah, so you see, there are some exciting talent that we've put together on this journey of Azad for us. So, the first one is a gentleman called Mohan Gopinath, who spent interesting time with me as a co-promoter and a team member early on. He's been with me on my entrepreneurial journey all along. He has the background of the movie channels at Z and other places, and he created films also. But more importantly, he's someone who's got an all-round project experience of creating channels with me. We've launched Amar Cinema about 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. He's managed that pretty well, a Bengali movie channel, and other businesses that we've done as a part of our company. So he's one who manages the entire operations for us, as well as the projects that we undertake. Then we've gotten board Doris Day, who is general manager product for us. And like I explained to you earlier, that we are not the content company, we're the product company in that sense. Because if you're consumer centric, you want to make sure that you create a product, which is suitable to their needs at all points in time. She's someone who's managing that. She's the first I would say she's the first architect to build this product with us. She's understood the requirement of consumer very closely. She's worked with us through our research mechanisms and all of that. And then most difficult job of identifying which makers, which writers, what concepts would actually connect with us. So, past nearly a year and a half, she's been working with us pretty well. So Doris drives that role, and of course, she's got her own team. Then came on board Rachin Khanizo, who's a CMO with us.
Oh, Rachin is with you? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
my dear friend. Yes, okay.
So Rachin is someone who was a part of the launch team of Colors. Then he worked with me for Ant TV launch. So I had experienced his talent at that time. Then he was a part of Viraj, and later on some ad tech companies launches he's done. He's someone who's pretty brilliant in his brand understanding and consumer understanding. The only difference was that both Doris and Rachin had launched an urban contemporary mindset driven channel and TV. And this is a rural mindset driven channel. So perhaps these two would be known as talents who would have done both urban channel and rural channels successfully. Very, very unique, very, very different. But these two guys have exhibited a great flair for understanding the consumer segment closely. They don't come naturally from the rural background, but they spent and invested a huge amount of energies to understand them well. And that's a great advantage that we've got as a channel. Finally came on board the money man called Johnson Jain. Johnson Jain is our chief revenue officer. He's someone who worked with Z Group, with Sony, with 9X, and he's handled a lot of FTA brands. He had launched Z and Mall Cinema for Z Group. Young, smart, energetic, and he showed me an old picture of a Nepal trip where he was a part of my Z Cinema team and I was a sales head there some 15 years ago. So it seems that he's also someone who had worked with me, though I don't remember much. But I do know that he's a bright guy, extremely talented, and I told him that he had choices of remaining at Z or joining multiple other organizations. But I sort of challenged him with this opportunity where I said, we're creating a new model and free to air is not appreciated well in terms of the yield, the ad yield that is, because maybe they are not able to create nice kind of environment around advertisers, campaigns. So let's focus on that. Let's give great value to advertisers and let's expect great value from them. So it is not just a commodity selling of CPRP and GRPs and all of that. It's a lot of positioning, a lot of brand selling, a lot of consumer centricity selling. He liked the challenge and accepted it. So for me, he's the most important character. We also have a big digital alignment, and I said you would manage all revenues for us, not just the ad sales. So he would manage ad sales, digital revenues, some of the other innovative revenues that we're going to undertake. Because there's a new model creation, we have to look at it differently.
Right.
Gentlemen,
so tell me about the team. You can
last but not the least, one of the most important component of creating any new model is the financial structure of that model. So, GC is usually run on deep pockets, but we are supposed to run it basis deep understanding and deep knowledge and deep planning. So the most important part for us was to identify a right CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Dinesh Bhutra is perhaps going to be the youngest CFO any media company will have. He's pretty young, some 32, 34. He's someone who's worked in a variety of media companies and financial sector and a couple of other areas. He had run his own consulting company. He's one of the youngest guys who would finish his CAs in first attempt. Very, very bright, very talented. And he's someone who's going to handle our HR, our admin, and our finance and commercial, most important. So he's someone who's going to be the treasurer and someone who's going to take care of our finances very, very efficiently. Dinesh is going to be another great talent to watch out for. So overall, I'm pretty excited about these talents, and I think almost each one of them is capable of not only excelling in his or her role, but occupying my chair in due course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Joya.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.